So sensitivities, right, are in a way a mechanism, right? You can have sensitivities of food, right, where the brain goes, we're not allowing anything in, we're kicking everything out, right? This is where you get sensitivity. It's like an alarm mechanism. This happens with a bunch of different things, not just food, right? So it's with the brain when it's doing, it's like, okay, we got all these allostatic loads, right? Our bucket, like right now, mine is maybe here. So let's say, okay, I got lots of water bottles. So let's say your bucket's up to here, right? And the brain is processing all these things at the same time. It's backlogged, right? It's at capacity. So what does it do? It switches on the sensitivities, right? So that I can at least handle the things that are important to keep you alive. It's where things get put in different categories of importance, right? When you're in a state of fight or flight and your buckets are at capacity and you got your backlog, the brain's got to decide, okay, well, some things right now are not important because at the end of the day, we're in an elevated alarm state. So now I got to start making choices and cut things back. So this is not important. That's important. We're going to guard that. We're going to keep that safe. All this other shit is, not in priority. Will be put at the bottom of the pyramid, and the important things will be near the top. That will be guarded, right? So like, the important things like the organs, your heart, your brain, things that are really important, it will guard and keep safe, right? And at the same time, it's going to send you alarms to keep you alive. At the end of the day, its job is to keep you alive and to fight that danger. I say this a lot. The way we get the loads, right? And I think it's important to repeat this. The way we get the loads. Now I'm going to go through it all again. So we're pulling 747s. We're like this little Honda Civic hatchback or this little Toyota Camry pulling 747s, and the tires are popping. Things, something's got to give. We're backlogged, right? The body keeps the score. And the reason why we got so full, because there's emotions that we're pushing down that we're not, processing. So it adds to our bucket, starts to add up. Things in our life, we had events in our life happen to us that added loads. Like we were in a toxic relationship, or a narcissist, or you had lots of surgeries, you were on antibiotics, you had your teeth pulled, you were an alcoholic. Like I was an alcoholic drinker, or a binge drinker, I should say. I was a binge drinker for probably 15 years, and 10 of those years I didn't miss one day of drinking, right? And I was a party animal, cigarette smoker. They go like peas and carrots. I had a lot of ding 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 some of my jobs were very toxic, and my coworkers, some of them I was really tight with, and there's the majority of them that were backstabbing bullies, right, in a union environment. And I was underpaid, working double, doing double the load. It wasn't right. It added to my loads, my allostatic load bucket, right? This started just skyrocketing. So you could be dealing with somebody who passed away, somebody close to you, or you had trauma as a child, or right, you name it, XYZ, fill in the blanks. You know what else adds loads? Our symptoms that come from our loads. Isn't that crazy? So you start to fill up your bucket, loads start to manifest, and you're like, okay, what the fuck is this? I'm not invincible anymore. Oh my God, I've been the person. I was the person that had the perfect skin, and I was, I never got sick, and all of a sudden I'm not the freak. All the other people are the freaks. I was the one that was always strong and healthy. It hit me like triple, because I was always the healthy one, right? I remember I never got cavities for like the first 20 years of my life, and I thought it was like, yes, I felt really proud of myself, and I felt like I was unstoppable, unbreakable. Then I started getting sick. So, right? So you're building up, something's got to give. I didn't know. I didn't understand. I didn't have a manual, right? I had no fucking idea. So you think you're invincible, right? And I was invincible. My body and my brain, they were just, wow, what a force. Like, what a amazing shield. I was like a heavy binge drinker for 10 years, which spanned out for, drinking for the weekends right up to 15 years. Now just think, the first 10 years, like this is my late teenage years, all my 20s, right? So my early 20s, binge drinking really heavily every night with my friends, And we drank every drop at the end of the bottle. Didn't matter what it was. I would have a 12-pack, right? No matter what, every day I made sure I had tall cans of 6 beer or 12-pack of beer, right? No matter what, every day. And I made sure that the next 3 days I had alcohol supply, right? And if let's say Monday came along and Thursday was, we don't know what's going to happen, I started getting nervous. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? I can't go out and not have life sucks being sober, right? So I was a heavy binge drinker. And then when I got home, 50% of the time, I had my own puke bucket, right? And just imagine the stress that I was putting my body through. And then the next day, I was up doing what I had, go to work, go to school, doing the shit, living life, right? I was constantly go, smoking cigarettes on top of it, especially when I was drinking. It was like, oh yeah, this is beautiful. Oh yeah, right? Wake up the next morning, do it all over again, right? Like my body took a fucking beating, a beat down for fucking 15 years. 10 years of that was relentless every fucking day. I didn't miss one day of drinking, not one fucking day. And my body was still working efficiently and keeping me alive and, working for me to do it again the next day and again the next day and then again and that. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, blah, 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 number fucking 10, right? No wonder why I was building up loads. And even then, it was moving up slowly. So then when you start to, you get to the threshold of your bucket or bottle. Let's say this bottle right here. This is the symbolism of your load system, right? And things start to manifest around here. And then you get symptoms. Well, when you get symptoms, they scare the shit out of you, right? You start to realize you're not invincible anymore. It's like this moment in your life. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You get the label, you get the beliefs about yourself that change your reality, right? And then you run away from your symptoms or you freak out about them, you catastrophize. And when you catastrophize, that'd be great. That would be a good name for it. What kind of fries are those? Oh, they're called catastrophize. Yeah, there's mayonnaise, ketchup mixed together with tuna. Catastrophize. No, it's okay. So, right. So you're dealing with symptoms now, right? You're dealing with symptoms, and you've never had this before, right? You're scared shitless. So you start to ruminate, figure out, investigate, which fires up the baseline, and guess what? You get more symptoms and fears and emotions, and you try to distract, you try to ignore. Your symptoms traumatize you, right? So life gave you loads, and then you got symptoms, and then you got loads from the symptoms, and it becomes this crazy fucking cycle. I could almost say that maybe it depends, because I've been through some shit through my life that I was relentless. Like I was relentless. I needed to have a alcohol sensitivity before I stopped drinking. Right? It came to the point where my body said, you can't drink anymore, buddy. Nope. If you do, you're gonna have a 5-day week of 5 days of a hangover that's gonna be relentless, where your heart's gonna be like dunk, 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 dunk. It's gonna feel like an elephant's on your chest. We can't do this. So that's how I stopped. My guides, my higher self, protecting me, because I was a runaway train. So it was like almost the universe goes, give him a sensitivity. This is fucking, he's filling up his fucking loads like crazy, right? So I was building up loads like fucking crazy, right? This is getting insane. So no wonder something's got to give. Symptoms manifest, right? So in a way, I was getting loads from loads. I started fueling the inward battle. I started feeling my inner fucking fire, right? It was just like, normally, we do this with our symptoms, but no, this was like, turn it inwards, and it was like, right? I was creating this big hurricane tornado cycle inside me, right? And I would probably say like maybe 50% is life events that happened, that I did to myself, and I didn't know about it. It wasn't really my fault, right? Life happens. This is why we're here. We're here to fucking experience shit. And our body, takes a hit. It gets backlogged. The other 50% is our fear of what happened with how we gained the loads. So 50% is shit happening to us because life does that. And the other 50% is freaking out about it. Right? We're getting loads because we're freaking out about loads. It's crazy. It's an inward battle that we created. And the inward resistance and fear brings up that baseline. Right? Lottie-dottie, who wants to bring up baselines? Right? And that's what we were doing. We didn't know about this. So we get more symptoms. And then we do coping mechanisms. And then we're surviving. And then we're hardwiring this all in. We didn't know about this. Nobody told us about this. How to regulate. How to empty that bucket. Right? How to allow things to be there and ask for more. Right? And to bring our baseline down. Right? How to bring it down so that the alarms stop ringing. So we don't get triggered by all these fucking alarms that we hate. Right? It's like almost life is passing us by because we're so consumed by all these alarms. I was consumed probably, I'd say 75% of my life by alarms. Imagine what it would have been like if I would have learned this shit at an early age. My life would have been different. It would have been like I had a magic wand. It would have been like, yeah, I want to do this. Whoosh, I want to explore this. I want to, right? Instead of being focused on this reality that's, surrounded by this glowing alarm. And again, if I didn't experience this, if I didn't fall on my face, I wouldn't be where I am, right? This is all a gift. All an orchestrated symphony of an experience that when you look back, you're like, wow, that was perfect. All the bad things, all the good, the way everything played out is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And the reason why I'm really trying to paint a detailed picture about loads and how they come and why they come, because you're backlogged and at capacity and the brain's got to figure out how to handle the important things by cutting out other things that are not important, by creating sensitivities. It's beautiful. It's genius. The brain is it works perfectly. It's a genius. And you see how it's helping you, how it's protecting you. And we're perceiving it as, oh my God, fuck, it's just, my brain my body hates me, oh my God, I hate myself, right? We're slapping our limbic system, our brain, our security system, because we're so angry. But if you really think about it, it's there to serve you, it's there to help you, it's been trying to keep you alive. It's like, no, why do you slap me? I'm just here to help you. What are you doing, buddy? I love you, bro. I love you. I love. It's like, take your most favorite animal, puppy in the world, and it's like you're slapping it. It's like, her? It's like, no, her? Like, that's what it's like. That's what people are perceiving about themselves. And it's not true. Right? It's creating these mechanisms to keep you alive because it's trying to support the programming that you installed. But it's not your fault. So, why is this all important? Because it should give you some sort of reassurance to know that, hey, if you can fill this up, right, you can empty it. So that should give you some sort of reassurance and like a moment of clarity, like, eureka, I can empty that bucket. I can do something about this. I have a choice. I have control. I could take the steering wheel and fucking drive this fucking car. I'm not going down a fucking runaway train I'm not in the back seat of a, runaway train. Let's keep saying runaway train, right? You get the point. I can sit in the front seat. I can drive. And I can decide what I'm going to do with my life and my health. You have a choice if you want to be in dis-ease or if you want to be in ease. If you want to flow naturally, by emptying your buckets, bringing down those allostatic loads so that the brain can shut off these sensitivity mechanisms and it's able to handle anything with ease and be like, oh yeah, you want to eat all that complicated shit? We're not backlogged anymore, buddy. We can handle it. Yeah, eat all that shit, all the fucking vegetables, all the fucking junk food. Well, yeah, fine. We can handle it. We can, within reason. I don't want you eating Snickers every day for the rest of your life. No, within reason. Come on. Give me some meat and potatoes, right? Like, I can handle that fragrance with ease. I can handle, that mold. No problem, buddy, because you're regulated. Thanks to you supported me by emptying the loads and bringing that baseline down and turning off these fucking alarms. So yeah, when you're backlogged and at capacity, the brain creates these sensitivities for you because it's got other things that are more important, right? Sure it sucks. Sure, it's a nightmare, but you know what? The brain doesn't give a fuck. You know what it cares about? It just cares that you're alive. It doesn't care if you suffer. It doesn't. To the brain, it's indifferent to it. It's like, he's alive. Good, right? He doesn't go, oh, look at him. Oh shit. Oh, look at that sucks. I feel bad for you, buddy. Oh boy. No, you just go. Your brain goes, sensitivity. You're alive. Good. We're on track. Everything's working somewhat. We're keeping you alive. We're in a survival state because there's tigers everywhere. I'm doing my job, buddy. I'm doing my job. You give me the program, and I'll run that program. I'll run that software. Right? You're right. You're giving it to me, and I'm running it. It's always asking, okay, what's next? What are we doing with this tiger? What are we doing? We've been in fight or flight for 4 years, man. I'm listening to what I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my fucking part. Now, are we gonna stay like this? Are we going to be surrounded by tigers for the next 10 years? Okay, well, I'll keep doing my part. But don't fucking bitch if you're not eating a burrito properly and it's not digesting right and you got fucking olives in your shit that are still there formed and it's not, you got fucking deficiencies, nutrient deficiencies. Don't bitch at me, buddy. We're in a state of fight or flight. Of course, we're not going to absorb everything perfectly. I'm doing my part of the fucking deal here. I'm keeping you alive. Right, I don't really care if you suffer. My job is to no matter what is to keep you alive, and I'm doing it. I love you. I gotta take care of you, keep you alive. But well, let's look back. All these years you were binge drinking, fucking, you had a puke bucket. Right. Well, what did you think? I'm gonna be in an elevated state. I'm trying to protect you, buddy. All the years of partying, right? All the bullshit. The shitty relationships you were in. Of course, I'm just here to protect you. But when are you going to change the program? When are we going to finally... And if you don't want to change the program, hey, I'm just here to serve you, buddy. I'm just here to serve you. And don't get pissed off at me. You're the one giving me the instructions. I'm not. Hey, don't be fucking... Be a little grateful here. Don't fucking slap a puppy here. It's like, well, what about you? What are you doing? You're sending me the shitty programs and you're bitching at me because you have... deficiencies, nutrient deficiencies. Dude, I'm doing the best I can. I'm like an octopus over here, handling everything at the same time, keeping you alive. I'm doing my side. I'm keeping in my lane. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Aren't you alive? You're fucking arguing right now, thanks to me. If it wasn't for me, I wouldn't be fucking pissed off at you right now. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Don't you dare start talking about the fucking biome. That's all you. I'm here to protect you. You're alive. Biome, not important. Right? You're alive. You're welcome. Okay, so what are we doing? What's next? Are we going to get out of this program? Okay, well, start sending me the instructions so I can change the program so we can get out of fight or flight, bring that baseline down, empty that bucket. Right? Empty those fucking load finally. Look at this. It's not much. We don't have much left here. It's already overflowing. Right? Let's work on that. Let's turn off the alarms. And let's get regulated so we can concentrate on other things because I'm getting tired of chasing fucking tigers and ligers and lions and bears and